Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Schumacher. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm the Jer in Wellness with Jer. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel today. Back with another song review. This one is from my media manager, my social media, my graphic designer, my Swiss Army knife that makes everything look much more professional than I could do myself. So my media person was like, "Hey, do you want to review this song?" And I was like, "Absolutely," because they're awesome. And this is a song I've not heard before. So I'm doing like a true, legitimate reaction video because I've not heard the song before. They sent me like a Spotify link, and I don't have Spotify because they platform a bunch of terrible people and it's expensive. Or it's expensive to get the good version of it. So I have not heard the song. So we're going to do Zombified by Falling in Reverse. I know nothing about this band. I know nothing about this song. So a true actual reaction video. And we'll see if I like it or not, if I can talk about mental health concepts in the spur of the moment or not. I've done it for 15 years in therapy, so fingers crossed it goes okay. All right, here we go. Zombified by Falling in Reverse.
Zombified.
The monsters are living under your bed, 'cause they are the voices in your head. Zombified by the lies they said, we become the walking dead. 'Cause everybody's talking edge. Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago. They're canceling you, and they won't stop till everybody's zombified.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right before that first refrain. First, I love a song that I can, get a little headbanging in. I'm not headbanging on video because that would be a nightmare, and I have my headphones on. I've got the long hair, so headbanging's a good time. I'm the worst metalhead in the world because I have vertigo, so I can't headbang too much. So good beat. I don't know. It's kind of a long intro. It is a long intro when you're recording a reaction video because it's 20 seconds of silence. So let's talk about cancellation first. First let's talk about like overdone metaphors or extended allegories that are the point, and like people acting like it's a thing. So like, oh, The Walking Dead, it's actually the humans who are the Walking Dead, not the zombies. Like, duh, that's the point. And I keep seeing this on social media lately of people being like mad about that. Like, that is the point. It's okay for us to talk about that, but it's not clever or exceedingly clever to be like, haha, get it? It's like, yes, we get it. That is the point. So nice little name drop of The Walking Dead. If you're unfamiliar, good show for the first couple of seasons. I didn't keep up with it, honestly. I don't know where it ended, but the series, the graphic novel is great. I'm not sure where the song is going because again, I haven't heard it before, but they're canceling me. Let's talk about cancellation for a little bit, right? No one's getting canceled. That's not a thing that happens. What happens is people who are used to being privileged are being held accountable for their actions, and that's new and scary for them. So like Dave Chappelle has not been canceled. Dave Chappelle was asked not to give a talk at a graduation service. One of his appearances was canceled, but he wasn't canceled because he got to like host award shows, and he's still showing up on Saturday Night Live, and he's on tour. Like, that's not being canceled. I guess maybe like, ooh, I don't want to cause drama here. Like someone who like Kramer from Seinfeld got canceled, but like because he said the N-word, right? Like that's a good reason to cancel someone. That's a good reason. And canceling in that sense isn't canceling them for no reason. That's holding them accountable for their actions. So like someone who's a serial abuser like Harvey Weinstein or Kevin Spacey, who a history of abuse came out, Well, that one's, I mean, it seems like he's an abuser. I think legally he has not been held accountable or has been found not guilty so far. So that one's maybe not the best example, but like recenter example of someone who's not done good stuff and people finally speak up about it and then people don't want to work with that person, right? Russell Brand going on right now. Used to like do a comedy set about abusing people in relationships. Turns out he's actually kind of a bad person and abusive. And he wants to be like, oh, everyone's canceling me because I'm speaking out against mainstream media. Like, no, you're not. A quick commentary that canceling is not a thing. Holding someone accountable for their actions is a good thing. We should all be doing that. All right, the refrain. Okay. I'm not sure the they is there. I don't know who's zombifying us, but this idea of like having a thought that replays in your head over and over again until you're zombified, like I think that's probably a lot of people's experience around something like anxiety, like having your brain not working in the way that you want it to until you're kind of unthinking and going through the motions. Like, sure, that sounds like mental illness. I don't know that many people. I've not heard people describe mental illness as being a zombie, except for people who are on too high of medication doses. That's a common complaint among people who start stimulants for ADHD, is being like living through a thick glass, or kind of feeling like a zombie. That runs through your head over and over again. Like zombies are like brains, right? Like that's the classic George A. Romero. What's his middle initial? I don't know. So his classic thing was like the zombies are mindless. It was a commentary on consumerism, and so the original or one of the original movies, the humans go to a mall to survive the zombie apocalypse. It's just a commentary on consumerism, right? Mindless consumerism. So I could see that, and I can see that a little bit as like a metaphor for mental health, like especially with I guess depression or anxiety. These thoughts in your head going over and over again, kind of on repeat, could be like song you can rock out to a little bit. A lot of like songs that are about mental health, or I think are about mental health, or because art can be read differently by different people, tend to be a little like doom and gloom. So it's like a good rock anthem here. As we're doing this, not live on YouTube, but live in the moment for me recording, I'm learning I don't like recording reaction video.
Shut your mouth and bite your tongue, cause you don't wanna piss off anyone. We're traumatized by the damage done. Welcome to America. Cause everybody's talking edge. Oh no, they'll never let go. Something you said 10 years ago.
Okay, before we go further, I want to comment on both those things. I do think trauma is going to be moving forward a bigger and bigger deal in our society because so many people are growing up with it. Like millennials were traumatized by Columbine, right? Like that was a big deal. That was a thing that happened, not to all of us, but collectively, it was a huge deal in society. Now all of a sudden, something like gun violence is a thing. Kids in long jackets, trench coat showing up to school, and like the ripple effect that had. I'm reading a book about I should have the title. I'm reading a book about the Tulsa massacre, and the author is writing about how like he saw the movie Blade come out in like 1998, 1999. The first time he saw a black superhero, and so he's like stoked, and he's going to dress like Blade. And he goes to school, and he's called the principal's office wearing this long black trench coat, and they're like, "Well, Columbine happened, so this kid's obviously a threat." So that, and then the fact that we did nothing about gun control in this country, and that we have more school shootings than days in the year, like more than one school shooting per day. Awesome. Depending where we're at in the year when this gets released, I guess we might not still be there. I haven't checked the statistic recently, but we have more than one mass shooting every single day. A mass shooting being defined as 4 or more victims. So like we're all just dealing with that trauma. How many times does something like Virginia Tech need to happen, or mental health moving forward? We're already in late stage capitalism that's been damaging people's mental health for years. And so this trauma, welcome to America, like, yeah, yes, we're traumatized as a country. And people growing up with that trauma, like it does things to them. And then we're not having any spaces where we can say this is how to work through it, or this is outside of therapy, I guess, where you can not be traumatized. And again, like, I don't know, this is a weird anthem so far, a weird song in like kind of balancing, are we complaining about cancel culture, or are we like talking about real problems? Because like, I don't want anyone to be pissed at me. Again, if you're anxious, you're thinking that all the time. So I have some space for that, for people who are dealing with mental health issues and are like overthinking everything. But for like a band to be like, I don't know, I don't want to get canceled. Like, no one's getting canceled. If you're a bad person, if you're an asshole, if you're an abuser, you're being held accountable, which is new for a lot of people, especially wealthy people, particularly white people. But like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing. That's progress. So I don't know, a weird dichotomy in the messaging so far.
Cats are like you, and they won't stop till everybody's zombified. They're pumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. We're dead inside. It goes on and on, let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized, and they won't stop till you're zombified.
I love the musical. I like an angry song. Like, I think it's good catharsis. I think that's healing and complex that I think a lot of people who are privileged in this country have right now for being held accountable for the first time in their lives is nonsensical. So I'm skeptical. I mean, social media is going to have to figure out what we're doing with like what somebody posted when they were 16, 17 years old. But like, well, maybe not, because Twitter's going to go away soon. Fingers crossed. Hopefully Twitter's going away. It's in the death throes. But yeah, I mean, some of these things are like, there's opportunity for growth. Like, I don't look back on like where I was at as a child and think like, man, I was a fully formed, well-functioning person who had a lot of life experience. Like, I was super sheltered. I had religious trauma, but didn't know it. I had ADHD and didn't know it. Like, I don't look back fondly on my grade school or high school days and think like, I'm really proud of every single one of my actions there. And so I don't think that's a healthy standard to say like people can't grow, people can't make mistakes and learn from them. Yeah.
Now everybody's zombified. They're pumping us with lies like it's formaldehyde. They're dead inside. It goes on and on, let this go. When it stops, we'll never know. We're hypnotized. They won't stop till you're. They won't stop till I'm. They won't stop till we're zombified.
It could be because I have new headphones. They look the same, but they are new. So my sound quality is really good. I feel like there's a lot of things going on. I just had the lyrics video up, so maybe it was like taken from the music video, and that's not what the studio sound sounds like. But it's like, it sounds like somebody's playing like Call of Duty zombies in the background. Like, guns are going off. There's a lot of things going on. So like, again, as far as speaking to trauma and some of those things, like having gun violence and imagery like that in there is not bad. I think that could be part of the messaging. It could also just be part of maybe the music video. And not, if you're not picking that up, get some better headphones, because listening to music in headphones is life changing. Good headphones can be life changing. So yeah, I mean, I think that was a good song. The messaging, I feel like tonally was a little all over the place. Maybe it's because of where I'm at and some of the things I'm reading on I'm reading a book on the Tulsa Race Massacre, the 1921 Tulsa Massacre. So like mainstream media has been compartmentalized since at least the early 90s. That's the first time I can think about. That's the first academic paper passing peer review that I read that I can think of, as far as like calling out that like the big five corporations own over 90% of media. So like those are valid complaints. They've been going on for a long time. So if you're coming in at it being like, oh, 2016 mainstream media, like you're a hook, line, and sinker on the propaganda. Like you're missing the point. You're can't see the forest through the trees. Like, yeah. But drop down in the comments, like, subscribe. Give me songs to review. Content creation is harder than I thought it would be, in the sense of like I don't want everything I listen to or watch to be for review, because that takes away some of the enjoyment. So then sometimes I struggle to think of things. And the things that I like are weird. Like I'm neurodivergent and tend to be somewhat counterculture. And so some of the things that I like are very unpopular. And so, yeah, I'm interested in collaborating with other people and hearing what other people want to think. So like, subscribe, YouTube things, comment if you've got songs that you would like me to review, and I'll get to them. All right. Peace out, everybody.